can you please give us a small introduction to yourself and how you got into writing?
Yeah, so I write as K.A. James and Addison Tate. How did I get in? I started writing when I was quite young. I tried writing all other genres other than the one that I read because I was like, I'll just give this a go. And I still have like the first ever book that I wrote where I basically just like unalived everyone because why not?
On a rampage.
And it was literally like chapter one, the family dies, and then the aunt and uncle that pick her up from the hospital, they die. And then
Oh,
I was like, I'm just getting rid of everyone. It didn't last very long, obviously, because I got rid of everyone, quite literally. The only one still standing was the main character.
that's a
So
series of
then
unfortunate events.
it really was boring because who else can I kind of like get rid of in this? So that didn't last very long, and I kind of thought maybe writing's not for me because I was basically just unaliving everyone. I then decided in 2022, I think it was, I was living up near Liverpool, and I decided that I was going to try my hand at a romance book. I started writing it and then moved, so I stopped writing it, moved down to London. I then was in I think it was a Discord server with other people that were like authors and readers, and I kind of started talking to somebody who offered to beta read for me. So I sent it to them, and I hadn't finished the story because I was just like, meh, I don't really know what I'm doing. No plans to publish. I'm just writing a story because I can. I sent it to them, and then they were like, I need more chapters. Like, you immediately need to keep writing this. And then it kind of just snowballed from there, where I was writing my debut, which is Don't Tell Anyone. I was writing that book, and I kind of ended up with a 3-book series before then going on to dive into dark mafia romance with a completely different pen name, and now here I am. Like,
That's our
I think
favourite though, how it just snowballs. And dark mafia romance, yes, please. Honestly, anytime I see that advertised or a trope, I'm like, yeah, I'll
immediate,
read
yeah.
it. Immediate yes. Don't even think about all the rest of the TBRs, books on my TBR. Out the window. That's what
Yeah,
I'm going to read right now.
immediately gone. I need that like morally grey man.
Oh, it's great. I'm actually reading one now called A Touch of Fate by Cora Release. She's just released it.
Oh,
And Mafia romances are just my favourite. They're just so
gonna have to pick that one up. I
definitely.
100% agree with you though, because I obviously K.A. James is like sweet, fluffy, kind of but spicy billionaire romance, and like a dirty talking like MMCs. Like I
Yeah.
love them. However, it just goes to like another level. I actually had the story idea, like I'd had a chapter, I'd heard a song, had a chapter like fully fleshed out, and I was like, this isn't really gonna work for like anything that I write in terms of like billionaire. And I was speaking to my PA at the time, and she was like, no, you need to immediately write this as a mafia romance. And it actually became a scene that was in the second book of my dark mafia romance series, so the Sinful New York series. So yeah, it's quite interesting.
Quite a jump from what you used to having now
Go
this
with
violence and
a
the.
whole other pen name, add more work onto the plate. Why not?
Is it kind of weird, like when you're in these two different pen names, do you have to kind of like separate yourself a lot to try write
Yeah,
under them and the different themes and stuff? Is it quite a big
100%. So
separation?
I'm currently working on a like small town cowboy romance, and it's like second chance, and he's very much still in love with her. And I was writing a spicy scene yesterday, and I was like, that's bit too much. We should rein this in a little bit because that's definitely
Not the vibe we're going for.
not the vibe of this sweet, fluffy, he loves her, he'd do anything for her kind of thing. A bit too dark there. So I had to rein that in ever so slightly. So, and that's I think the first time I've kind of tripped up and kind of gone to this a bit of a darker place in terms of the spiciness.
I love that. I can just picture you writing like a really happy scene and then suddenly darkness, like something
I
crazy
was like,
happening.
and
Well, let me just rein myself back in.
I read it back to myself. I was like, he definitely would not say that at all.
I'm so curious now. That's so funny.
Oh, it got deleted. I was like, take that out just immediately. Let's rewrite
No,
this and make it a bit more like I need you, I love you kind of thing, rather than it being like I'm gonna bend you
I'll burn the
over.
world down for you.
I was like, you probably would, but I don't think we're at that stage for him.
I missed all of that. What was that? Sorry.
I said he probably would burn the world down for her, but I don't think we're at that stage for him. Like he doesn't need to in the middle of a field when he's
No.
putting a fence, fixing a fence post.
He's got to go through some sort of traumatic life thing before he gets to that stage of, right, I don't care. It's like that quote, what is it? The hero will save the world for you, and the
The
villain will
villain will burn
burn the
it to the
world
ground.
for you. And oh,
Yeah,
I love it. It's
yeah.
so good.
I'm like, the villain's sounding quite appealing there.
Yes. I mean, whilst don't get me wrong, I love a really heartfelt, angsty romance that's cute and just like gives you all the feels. But really, at the heart, I love the morally
It's,
grey men, and I think it's just the possessiveness. I can't speak today. You know what I mean? Possessiveness and how the FMC is their whole world, their whole center of their
yeah.
world, and they'll do anything for them. And I think that's why I love it so much because it's so crazy, so out of there, but it makes you really want that in real life.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? As I'm like, I haven't found that person in real life.
No,
But
no, no.
I know that there are, like, you see things online, don't you? And you're like, there has got to be someone out there that is like that. And so I think when we write about it, it kind of gives us that little bit of hope to kind of like hope that somebody is out there
Yeah.
that will burn the world to the ground for us because we deserve that as women.
That's why I've got 800 plus book boyfriends.
There you go.
I don't have it right now, but I'm manifesting it, okay? It's gonna happen.
Exactly.
There has to be
Manifestation.
someone out there for me that's gonna be like that.
There will be. I believe it. I believe it. Complete and utter faith.
I've got such high standards now, it's crazy.
See? I'm like, you're not like the man in my head, sir.
Like, I'm not a gold digger, but don't get me wrong, having the billionaire romances hit hard. And again, it's on that sort of theme of being able to provide for her. And I'm just like, I wouldn't mind a billionaire coming into my life and saying, right, I'm going to build you your dream library. Yeah, I wouldn't say
Thank
no.
you. Yeah, yeah, I'll
I
take
mean,
that. Thanks so much.
thanks.
I think it definitely goes down to that root of like being able to provide. Like they're self-sufficient and
Mm,
like you don't need to do anything for them because they've got it all covered. It's a
yeah.
what do you want rather than what can you give me? Like how can I help you instead? I think
Yeah.
that's the key. That's where the fictional men have got it and the real ones.
Yes. And sometimes, I just want to be a passenger princess and not have responsibilities. You pick where we go, you pick what we do. It'd be
I'm
quite
like,
nice not to do that.
I'm on the go all the time. I have so much responsibility, I don't like it. But
Mm.
if you can take some of that off of me, amazing.
I also realised the other day, I love driving when no one else is involved. When there's people on the road, which obviously there is going to be, I don't quite like it because then I just end up getting absolutely
I have
frustrated
such
at
bad
people.
road rage.
I like every time I go in the car now, I like, and everything. It's crazy.
It's frustrating because I'm like, you're not driving properly.
No, I mean, I'm probably not the best driver. I've had a few
Same.
periods of time. I've been on ski season, so I haven't been able to drive for like 4 months at a time. So I'm probably not the best. But still, in my head, I'm like, why are you doing that? Why did you do that? It's not my fault. It's your fault. So
I think
having a book boyfriend drive me around, I won't complain.
or even better, if he has a driver and then he can drive the pair of you around whilst you do other stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
See,
the
see, you know it. You know it all.
one. I
You
know
get
that.
it. I'm literally connecting. So I'm started a new job recently, and I've made friends with people who also love books. And we were literally just saying the same thing, the same sort of like, because we work in a fairly fancy place, and we're just like, wouldn't it be great if a guy just came in and like, here's a 30 grand tip. By the way, you're my future wife. Come on, let's go. Just like
Yeah.
the also having the confidence and self assuredness that yeah. I'm mature enough to say you're my wife. If that actually happens to me, I think I might cringe and be like, okay,
In books is one thing, in real
yeah.
life, not so much.
But like, I get the attitude and the commitment. Yeah, I'm so for
Yeah.
that. Love
No,
it.
I feel that. I don't mind if a fictional character chases the FMC and is like obsessed with her, but I think if someone did that to me, I would immediately be like, please leave me alone.
Yeah.
I think
I'd probably be like so scared. I'd probably like die of a panic attack if someone happens to. I can't even look outside the ground floor window when it's dark. Like when I'm pulling the curtains close, I have to be like not looking. So if I've
I
suddenly saw a face like a stalker, like I love stalker romances, but if that happened, I'd be like, no, thank you.
just like knowing that someone's like watching you. No, no, please no.
No,
I could not cope.
I'm so okay not to have that.
I'll read about it. I don't want to experience it.
No, that's why dark romances are fictional because
Yeah,
whilst we love it and we like the idea of it, I don't want that to happen to me. I'm so okay not to have that, thank you.
same. It's like if I got kidnapped by like a mafia don, I would be absolutely terrified, and the last thing I would be thinking of is how handsome he might be, or that I might be falling in love with him or anything. It's like a no, immediate no. I'm worried I'm going to actually die.
Well, sadly, the mafia in real life is slightly a bit more terrifying than in the books. And I don't think they actually obsess over the women in real life. I mean, I'd love it if they did, but methinks they will probably just instead.
I think so too. I feel that it would probably be more of a terrified obsession than a like loving it obsession kind of
Yeah.
thing. So yes, I'm also
Kudos
not into that.
to the women that aren't affected by that because I don't know how you would be. Because you see those videos where it's obviously it's joking, like in the situation where you get kidnapped, it's like the video of like pretending to be like, oh no, haha.
Oh no, what a shame. If it was a fictional character doing that to me, I would be like, oh no, what a shame. But in real life, I'd like be pleading and begging for my life with like snot coming out of my nose. The most
Oh,
unattractive I've ever looked will be what it will be.
honestly, it's so funny. But like when we see all these trigger warnings and red flags, I'm like, shopping list. People like anyone else who wasn't a reader and saw us like discussing it, they'd be like, "Are you
What's wrong with
okay?"
you?
No, I
Like, do
am
you
not.
need help?
I
Probably.
need help and I need a book boyfriend. So that's the diagnosis.
100%. The book.
Shame.
You've been taking that medication like religiously. I'm like, oh no, I'm
Yeah.
taking too much today.
Shame.
Most definitely shame.
Oh no, what am I gonna do? What drew you to your current style or genre?
I don't know. Not even sure, to be honest. I write whatever pops into my head.
Yeah,
That's how it works. The characters kind of talk to me, and I write it down. That's how I ended up kind of crossing over into the dark mafia because of that one
yeah,
scene. I like to listen to music a lot. Like I feel like that kind of steers me a bit. I think like if I hear a particular song at the moment writing the cowboy romance, I'm listening to a lot of country music.
yeah,
Whereas when I was writing like my dark mafia stuff, so I have like a contemporary writing playlist, a dark playlist, and then a country writing playlist. So I kind of just feed on kind of what's around me and kind of take it from there, and then mostly just the characters doing
yeah.
their own thing in my head that I then write out. I'm just the puppet.
They control you.
Pretty much. Like, oh,
Have
you
you
want to go to sleep? No.
sleep? What's that? No, I need to be written down. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Have you always been a big reader? And has that kind of probably dominated where your writing style, would you say?
Yeah, so I started reading when I was quite young. Like, my nan got me into reading, and I would read the Mills and Boon romances. Like, literally devour them. I kind of went through a bit kind of an ebbs and flows where I then stopped reading for a period of time because I'd have read for like every single day, all the hours that I had free, doing nothing else but reading. So I'd like be like, this is getting a bit crazy. And then take a break and then get back into it again after a few months. But I would be reading kind of like 200 plus books a year, even when I was supposed to be working. I would be reading because I want to get like lost in it, and it just
Yeah,
kind of became kind of I'm just going to pick up a book and read. And I've always read romance. I don't tend to read anything outside of romance, but I'm
yeah,
I'm not fussy to what type of romance. Although I will say I haven't actually ever read any like fantasy, but I'm also a bit of a mood reader. Like it depends what I'm in the mood for. I feel like I read every single accidental pregnancy book there is out there because at one time I was like, oh my god, I need them all. And I think that's probably why my first book ended up having it in it, because I was like, why not? But yeah, so I've always been a reader, and I'd probably say that the Mills and Boons kind of influenced me in
Yeah.
terms of. But I went to pick up one the other day, and it's in like third person and not dual point of view, and so I couldn't actually read it. I was like, what's this? Because I'm like, now I'm a purely first person, dual point of view, kind of present tense, kind
Yeah.
of girly. And so I was like, how did I read all of these books?
Honestly, I mean, I've gotten a little better if the odd third person book comes up and I can sometimes get into it, but it has to be written in a way that it's almost like you get in the first person's perspective. Like it's written in third person, but it's like you still get the thoughts and feelings, but they're nowhere near as good as the first person point of view where you are literally it's an insight to their mind and it's so good. You don't get that perspective, and having the male point of view, like it's so good.
I'm
It's amazing.
It really is. And I've got like some chapters in some of my books, specifically in Bianchi from the Addison Tate side of things, and then Don't Fall in Love for K.A. James. And it's just like one or two lines because the MMC is like, fuck it, like I've kind of fucked up kind of thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to swear, so apologies if not. But I think that those sorts of things are really kind of like you get, even just from those couple of lines, you really do get the sense that like MMC is kind of like, I realizing now that I'm losing probably the best thing that's ever happened to me kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that from the perspective of a woman and kind of from my experiences, that kind of understanding from both perspectives when reading is kind of my preferred way of reading. Just
Yeah.
because I think getting the whole picture and also being immersed in the feelings and of both characters. And where one might be like, oh my god, he probably doesn't even like me, and then the other one's like, I'm absolutely obsessed, standing outside her window.
That is the best one as well, when he's so broody to everyone else and you don't know what he's thinking, and when really inside he's like, okay, I need her. I'm
Yeah,
obsessed. It's like
that's it. And you're just like, that's
best
when you like do the
moment.
little squeals and you just kick your feet and stuff, and it's just amazing.
It's the kick your feet moment where you squeal and you're like, yes, frickin' please, yes.
I need
Need
more
it, honestly.
immediately.
Give me more. On that note, can you please give us a brief overview of your books and the tropes and where you think we should start with? Because I'm so excited to dive right in.
So for K.A. James, I'll start there. Billionaire romance. You have Don't Tell Anyone, that is an office romance. I'm just trying to remember what my books are. I'm like, I've written it, it's done, it's fine, it's
I'd be
gone.
the same.
I'm also like, when I read books as well, once I've read it and I've closed it, I'm done. I don't remember a single thing. I'm
Yeah,
like, props to the people that can remember lines and who did what in what
I
chapters.
can't do it. People do these great videos where it's like, if you like this book, read this book. If you like this book, read this book. Or like, here are 5 books with enemy silver trope. I can't remember
Yes.
any of the
I
books I've
don't
read,
know.
so no.
Yeah, basically. My first book, Don't Tell Anyone, the Office Romance, Accidental Pregnancy, is book 1 in the Breaking the Rules series. I'm just trying to think what else it has in it. It's got some He Falls First in there as well. And I think that's kind of it for that one. It's like Megan and Cooper, my OG couple. Don't Fall in Love is book 2 in that series, and I highly recommend reading this series in order, just so that
Yeah.
you kind of get it all. I mean, they're interconnected standalone, so you don't have to read them, but I would recommend. Don't Fall in Love is enemies to lovers, fake engagement, forced proximity, one bed. It's delicious, if I do say so myself. He takes care of her after something happens. He takes care of her, washes her hair. It's amazing. So that is like, they're probably my favourite couple, to be honest,
Yeah.
out of the couples in that series. Then there's Don't Make Promises, which is another forced proximity, brother's best friend, and I know. It's also a slow burn. So in that book, he is actually in a relationship when it starts. Nothing happens between the FMC and the MMC because he's in a relationship, but nothing's been happening between them for a very long time. And even when they do break up, she is basically giving her for him to go and be with the other person, with the FMC. So I really enjoyed writing that book, but also it was probably one of the hardest ones to write because it was a slow burn, and
Yeah.
when they did actually like combust, it was like over 2 chapters of just like not going at it, but like
All building up to this point where you had to get it down, yes.
basically. So that was, I really enjoyed writing that one. It's probably my second favorite out of that series. Then I have a novella called One Date, which is Best Friends X, Second Chance Romance, Friends to Lovers, and those are kind of connected to the series. It's the brother of the FMC in book 1 and the ex in book 3, sorry, and the ex of the MMC in book 3. So they're like getting together. He stalks her all the way to London. I know.
Love it.
And then she catches him and he stood outside a bridal store and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, I was just browsing for a wedding dress.
That's gonna be
As you
yours,
do.
by the way.
So that's my KHA stuff, and I have another book coming out at some point. Hopefully at the end of September. I've not firmed up the date yet for that one, and that is a small town romance, town cowboy romance, and that is going to be book 1 in the series, and it's also a second chance. So I'm very excited for that one. So yeah, that's those
that
books.
one.
And then for Addison Tate, I have Bianchi, which is book 1 in the Sinful New York series, and that is a dark mafia romance with 2 kidnappings in it. It nearly had a third, but my PA told me to lay off on the kidnappings. And I was like, but isn't that what happens in Mafia books? She's like, yeah, but not all in one book. So I removed one of the planned kidnappings in that one. It is kind of enemies to lovers. He is out to get revenge because there have been some attacks and he thinks that she might be linked to it somehow. So he takes her, as you do. And then it kind of snowballs from there a bit. And then book 2 is Marino, which is forced marriage kind of thing with enemies to lovers also, and forced proximity as well, because book 1 also has forced proximity in it. I think I might like forced proximity.
So do I.
Yeah, why not? And that's book 2. It's called Marino, and it follows Massimo and Margot, and she basically is just the perfect companion for him in terms of she's constantly pushing back at him and not afraid of him, essentially, the danger that he has, but he is protective of her and doesn't also want to hurt her. So there is that. I struggled to write that book actually, but it's probably got a few of my favourite scenes in it, so it was worth the struggle, because I think I was going through a little bit of burnout at the time.
Yeah.
Then what else do I have? I've got Dark Ties, which is a standalone novella, and that follows Gio and Cami, and he's basically tasked with going and getting her by her father, and she's essentially had run away. So it's kind of like runaway FMC. There's like a tiny dash of enemies to lovers, but I say tiny, it's like a speck of enemies to lovers. I don't really know what tropes to kind of say other than like it's mafia romance kind of esque. She's a strong-willed FMC, and it's just short, bit of spice. It's probably more plot than spice, and I'd say that probably for all of my mafia ones. And then at the moment I have the first 4 chapters in a book called Stolen Vows that is out. First 8 chapters rather, which is out for anthology that I'm part of called Hate Mates, which is for raising money for Catherine Wiltshire's memory for Bowel Cancer UK.
Yeah.
And that is I would say definitely enemies to lovers, because it had to have that theme for the anthology. I would say, so she's a mafia princess and he's like a black sheep of his family, but also mafia, forced marriage. She was actually supposed to marry his brother, and they got caught in the bathroom, so it was called off. But they absolutely hate each other, so it's amazing, even though they get married.
Tension from the hate is just amazing.
Yes. It's literally like my favourite thing. It's my favourite thing. And I think it's so tense between them two that you're just... Because even in those first 8 chapters, there's no... they don't like each other. They really can't stand each other. But he kill someone to protect her. So it's like, yeah. It's I've still got that's my next book to be working on so I can finish it to put out a full story for them. And that's all
I'll
of
wait
them.
until the full story comes out then because that
Yeah.
sounds amazing.
I definitely would recommend. And
Oh,
I'm not biased at all.
thanks for adding to my TBR. It is
You're
never
welcome.
ending. Don't know when I want to get through it, but thank you. It sounds amazing.
You are welcome. More than welcome.
Yeah, I really look forward to meeting you in October. Is it your first signing event?
My very first one. I'm super nervous, but I'm also excited to meet everyone.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. I think everyone's going to be so nervous. I will be. I'll probably be anxiously running around like headless chicken trying to ask all these questions and stuff. So you will not be alone in that at all. Do not worry.
I'm just like I must remember to sign the right books with the right names. That's gonna be my issue.
Oh, that'll be so. Yeah, of course. It'll be so difficult
Yeah.
to. Well,
I'm gonna have to get like extra books on standby just in case I mess up, so I can at least sub someone's book.
I'll take any mishaps. I do not mind.
I'm like, you've got an Addison Tate book signed by K.A. James. It's a one in a million.
It's a special edition. Thank you so
Exactly.
much for talking with me today. I really look
No,
forward to
thank you.
meeting you in October, and it's been so fun chatting with you and well, laughing with you. And I can't
Yes,
wait
we've
to
done a lot.
read your books. They sound amazing.
Thank you so much for taking the time today. It's been
Yeah,
really
no
good.
worries.